Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur. Now, in the next video, I promise I will be back in my chair at my table and you won't see the shaky cam so much. And of course, promotional codes will be on the side. However, this news, I just want to talk about it real briefly because I've been getting emails and I've seen Uberman's video and I think some perspective is needed on this. So, Uber, who ironically my next video is also going to be about. Sorry. They are introducing a driverless car in Pittsburgh this month. Or is it September? Well, it's within the month. I've got the article here, so I'm kind of glancing at it for notes. And yeah, so Uber, they have long been saying, oh, we're working on driverless cars. They're 2 years away. We're going to get rid of our million-plus drivers. Which, of course, is basically akin to saying we're going to fire 1 million-plus people. Not a very good way to endear yourself to drivers. And Lyft has been saying something similar. I mean, they kind of have to a certain extent, to be competitive. But Uber's 2-year to-the-road plan always seemed a little... Let's put it this way. It seemed way too optimistic. However, now we have an article from Bloomberg and other places saying that, oh, they're coming on the road, they're right around the corner. Folks, calm down. You're not going to lose your job anytime soon. Like, not even close. First of all, some key points in the article. All of these self-driving cars, they are going to have engineers in them, sitting in the car, to take over the car when something goes wrong, and to study it. This is truly a test drive thing. They're just going to be testing it out with customers while they test it out. Secondly, regulation. Regulation does not allow for automated cars yet. And until the cars can prove to be, super safe or super practical or both, you won't see any legislation letting all these onto the road. So just to let you know, if you do see an automated car and someone's not driving it, trust me, they still have to have like a driver's license to be in there. Then, here's the other thing. Even though Uber wants to fire a lot of employees, they're going to have to start buying their own cars. They're going to have to start maintaining their own cars. And is that necessarily going to be cheaper than contracting us out to do it? Who knows? We just don't know. And of course, other things that the automated cars do not yet know. What happens when pukes in the car? How does the car sense it? Does the car sense when the wrong person's gotten in the car? Does the car sense when there's too many people in the car? Things like that. There have been some accidents with the Tesla automated cars, and I think whoever else is working on it, because the computers did not sense the car's a truck, so it crashed into it. Google automated cars have had less accidents, but that's because they capped the speed at 25 miles per hour. And while they're testing these in like great weather conditions, what happens when it rains or snows or when it's cloudy or windy or foggy? How does that affect the driverless car? So trust me, folks, your job's not going away tomorrow. It's not even going away in a couple of years. I mean, Uber is definitely bullish on this, and they have a reason to be, because supposedly we're their biggest expense. And right now we are their biggest expense. They have to pay the drivers. I think a little bit of reality is going to doze into them when they have to start maintaining their own cars, but, bottom line is, for the time being, they want to get rid of the drivers. And if they can get rid of the drivers, they can show how much more money they're going to bring in, which looks good to investors. Now, Uber is not a public company yet. However, they are still raising money, they're still finding investors, and one of the ways that you keep getting investments and people to invest in you is to show you're making progress. This is a way to show that we have an automated car on the road. It's not really going to be self-driving, though, because, again, they're going to have engineers in every single one of them, paying attention, making sure nothing goes wrong, and, of course, eventually things will start going wrong, whether there's an engineer in the car or not, and, they're going to have to deal with that when the time comes. But at the moment, what this shows their investors is they've got a car on the road. They've got several cars on the road. Does that mean we're obsolete by tomorrow? No, we're not. We're going to be needed for a little while longer at the very least. I'm still thinking 10 years if they're lucky. And keep in mind, folks, technologies come and go all the time. Like, we worked on years on computers you could wear on your head. And then we got Google Glass, and we realized how much it sucked. And for that matter, 2 or 3 years ago, Amazon promised drones would be delivering our packages. They were supposed to be delivering our packages by last year. Still don't have them. So, here's the thing. Technology companies, they develop technologies and they push them. They push them to look good, to show progress, and to look good to investors, whether they have stockholders or whether they're, trying to raise funds. They're doing fundraising. Travis Kalanick, the Uber CEO, obviously he does not like us. He never has. The man is pure evil, in my opinion. So he's he said something in this article that now, of course, I'm having a hard time finding it. That was just so well, anyway, I can't find. But yeah, here's the thing. This is more of a personal thing for Travis Kalanick, and here's the thing. We are going commercial. We can't just be about science. Unfortunately, Travis, to get these cars to work the way you want them to, the science has to come first. Then you can think about making it commercial. He's putting the commercial before the science, hence he's putting the commercial before everyone's safety. Yet another problem with the automated cars. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say for the time being. I probably have more to say, but I just want to try to encourage and soothe my viewers that these automated cars, they're not going to cause you a problem yet. And I don't anticipate them being a real big issue for a long time. Especially since, again, the regulation, the weather conditions, those are going to be the big things. Like, where I live, weather is pretty sunny most of the time, so that's not going to be a huge issue. However, the traffic I have in this area is so bad that I don't know if automated cars would actually be able to drive very far in them. I think they just get stuck from all the people zigzagging in front of them. So, I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think? Worried about the automated cars? Think they're just around the corner? I'd like to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And, as always, flame responsibly. Next time, we're talking about Uber Eats. So, yep, it's going to be fun.